Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have a fantastic scrapbook gatefold folio. It's so beautiful. This is from our friends at Craftreat, you guys. All the pieces are die cut and scored and ready to go, and they make a really fabulous album like this one that my friend Debbie made. Look at this, it's so gorgeous. I can't wait to show you all the details, so come play with us. So let's take a look at what you get in this kit. It's really fantastic. First of all, you're getting full color instructions step by step. And then all of these pieces are ready to go. They're die cut. They're from this really nice sturdy craft cardstock. Really fun. We're going to show you step by step on how to do that. And then let's take a flip through this beautiful album that Debbie made. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's look at this whole thing. Beautiful. She used our brand new watercolor wildflowers collection, and I'm going to show you that all soon. We're going to open this up. Look at this. It's got a cascading waterfall on each side. Beautiful. And then it's got pockets right here. And then you open that up. Pockets over here. You open this up. It's got a cute little gusseted envelope. It's got a little pocket right here. It's got pockets here, a flap here, another pocket. Look at that. It's just filled with all kinds of fun stuff. And you guys, we're going to show you step by step on how to put this all together. If I can get this one back in there. There we go. So fun and really creative. All right, so we're ready to go through and look at all of the pieces that we're getting in this wonderful kit. So if we open this up, okay, this is the packaging part, you'll see all of the pieces that come in the kit, as well as all of the dimensions, which is really nice when you're considering what, when you're measuring to cover each piece with paper, all right? So let's talk about the paper. So Debbie used, to make this beautiful album, she used our brand new watercolor wildflowers 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then she also used the solid cardstock. Coordinates with it perfectly. She used some beautiful die cuts. Okay, there's 31 die cuts. They have all these little sentiments. Some of them are plain. You can add your own. She also used chipboard, all right, on the front. And then also the coordinating cutting dies. All right, so she used everything but the 6x6 on there. All right, so as I said, you have all the little pieces. So like this little piece right here, okay, this is one of the little corner pockets. Okay, we've got it right here, and it gives you the dimensions of it, which is really nice. Then on the inside, it's got step-by-step instructions on how to put it together. So Debbie has gotten us all started. She's covered everything with paper, she's inked everything, and we're going to go ahead and follow the instructions on assembling it. I'm going to be flipping through and showing how she assembled it, rather. I think that helps kind of corresponding pictures with the area on the album. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so the first thing we're going to identify is there's an outer kind of cover piece and an inner cover piece. This is the inner one, and then this is the outer one, and they look exactly the same, okay, except, okay, the outer one has larger score lines, okay, right here, thicker, and the inner one has thinner ones, and that's because you're putting this one inside of this one, and of course you want to have room for this one to close. So we're going to start with the inner one, which is kind of counterintuitive, I think, but that's the way the instructions are going, so we're going to follow that. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is look at, so I can't put that up against my microphone, so we're going to do it like this. All right, so this piece right here, okay, right here, pick up the pocket die cut piece and glue the pattern paper on that. Now theirs has got like black cardstock on it. Ours is craft cardstock. That's just because Paulette ordered the craft cardstock one instead of the black one. So what we're going to do is use these score lines that are already here, and then you would just fold them over. I recommend definitely having a bone folder or like a butter knife to do that. Getting those all folded is really important. And if you're having trouble seeing these score lines and folding them, using a scoreboard is nice too. So you could just put this on your scoreboard and then go over that score line again, if that's helpful to you. And I'll list all of these items down below the video in the products that we use. If you're watching us on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and there's a link that'll take you to this page. All right, so then what we're going to do is there's a gusseted pocket. So this is this piece right here, okay? It's got the bottom flap, it's got the sides, and the gussets on them right here are folded just like this, okay? You're kind of making a little M shape right there on either side, and then you're also folding this flap up. And then we've got our little top flap right here that we're going to fold this flap down as well and glue that over. Make sure you cover the front piece, okay, with your patterned paper, and that's all set. And then I should mention what Debbie used was the Tiger Orange ink, and she went ahead and just used the surface of the ink pad and just went all over those score lines, all over the edges, so that everything was well inked, and then she covered them with paper. All right, so that's where we are on step 1. We have those inked and covered with paper. Now we're going to go to step 2. All right, so this one, we're taking this piece right here, okay? This is one of the large pockets. You're going to fold these score lines, and you're also going to cover them with paper. And then this piece right here, you're folding these and you're gluing this one, or taping rather. Debbie and I thought that you could glue this all with Cosmic Shimmer, okay, but you would probably need to use little clamps and things to hold it in place, or paper clips to dry. So Debbie used for hers, she used 3/8 inch wide extra sticky tape, and also 1/4 inch wide, all right? So we found that was much easier to get everything attached quickly, but as I said, you could use glue. All right, so we have these pieces right here, and they have the extra sticky tape in them. Now we have this piece right here. This is the cover that I was telling you about. It's the one with the thinner little score lines right here. And then what you're doing with this is, once again, inking the edges first and then covering it with paper. And then you're assembling these pieces. Now we're going to look at Debbie's piece right here. She made. I can grab it. Okay. So here's the inside piece. Here's the gusseted piece that we created right here. She even put little notes on here, so I remembered to tell you things. So remember, this piece right here had all those gussets that we folded, and that's right there. And then the little flap, that's right there. And then Debbie put a little magnet. Now this kit comes with 4 little magnets, 2 of these big ones and 2 of these little tiny ones right here. All right, and you can just put one of the magnets, sandwich them between the paper. So she used one of the little die cuts, and she put the magnet, one magnet right under there, and the other magnet she hid right here under this little die cut piece, which was nice. And it just shuts just like this. It's a very satisfying little closure. Very cute. All right, so I remembered to tell you that part. And then the center part right here, okay, this has 2 tags, okay, covered with paper. And then this piece right here, that goes right there. That's a little flap. This piece right here, that's this pocket right here. And then, trying to find the, oh, then this pocket right here is right over the top of it. And then you're gluing the whole thing. Once your gusseted little pieces are folded under, you're gluing that right there. So that gives you a pocket here, here, and then this folds down here. Oops, I should have folded that down first. You're supposed to fold this down like that, and then that kind of contains this little flap. Very cute, love that. All right, so now we're moving over to this side, and this piece right here has the same little flaps. We're folding them over. You've inked it, covered it with paper already, and that goes right there, okay? Very cute. Now let's, and you'll notice here, Debbie's put some of our new Dazzle stickers right there. If you haven't seen these on our homepage, there's this whole collection of jewel dazzle stickers. Here we've got our normal little circle jewel dazzle stickers, and then all these fantastic borders that are in this fabulous yellow, and they go really great with this watercolor wildflowers collection. So she's put a length of that right there. All right, so now let's close this like this and like this. On the outside flaps of this, right here, we've got these extra little pockets, which are so cute. I should mention this one is a cutout from the paper pack. It's one of the card toppers. Okay, so now we're shutting it like this, and then we've got these pockets. Now Debbie's left one of these not taped so I could show you. These are these pockets right here. See where they are according to our instructions right here. So we are right here on this piece. We're making these. Okay, so we're folding over all the flaps, covering them, inking them first, covering them with paper, and then we're folding everything over like this, and then like this. Remember to use your bone folder, which I'm not taking time to do. And then you're attaching them to this flap right here, okay? And Debbie went ahead and she added tape for me, so I can just take this off. Oops, we like to use a pokey tool for this. Here we go. And you're just gonna poke that tape and hopefully just lift it right off. There we go. Okay, and you're just gonna fold that tape under, and you're going to stick it to this flap right there, okay? And then it's got these, which she inked and then covered with paper. She added some Dazzle stickers there, so cute. And you guys, these just get kind of threaded right in there. And then you're gonna do the same thing on this side, okay? So you've got another one of these, gluing, inking, covering with paper, putting tape around the edges, and then gluing that there, and then you've got more of those little pockets. So you get two of these pockets and 4 of these tags. Okay, all set on that one. So this is what we are calling the inside of the album. Okay, now we're gonna work on the outside of the album. Okay, so right now we just finished this part right here in the instructions. Now we're making the outer gatefold, okay? This is the one that has the wider parts for the score lines, the wider one, okay? So for this one, once again, you're inking the edges and all the score lines with the orange ink. You're cutting your paper down. How do you cut your paper down? I should have mentioned this before. So Debbie and I like to just take our ruler and we measure just a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch over from the score lines, all right? And then also going here, just like 1/8 of an inch from the top and the bottom. We write that down, and then we use our paper cutter, paper trimmer. We cut our paper down and then glue that on using Cosmic Shimmer glue. Okay, so this one, we've already got it covered with paper and everything. And now here we are. This is the inside part here. Debbie has already covered everything here. She's put more notes here, so I remember to tell you about the magnets. Okay, this is the outside of it. So beautiful with this paper. Now this part right here, this is an extra little piece that you can have for your flap. Debbie actually used one of our cutouts from the book, and then she just matted that on cardstock so it's nice and firm. And then she decorated that with some of these beautiful chipboard pieces, and she used some markers to color them. So for the sunshining days, she used orange, and then she also used red along the bottom part of that. She used light green here, and then she used tan, this color right here, for the flowers. And then right here you'll notice that she's got some butterflies, and those are from the little cutting dies. And she inked those with the orange, and then we added the little yellow jewel dazzle stickers to those, and also to this little sort of book cover like piece, title piece right there. Okay, so here we've got lots of notes here telling me about the magnets. So right here on this other side of this piece, she's sandwiched one of the magnets right there, and then on the other side over here, under one of the cutouts, she's put another magnet so that it'll close just like that. Nice. All right, so let's talk about the inside. For the inside, we've done this part right here. Oops, sorry, we've done the cover part right here. Now we're gonna do this part with all of these little waterfall pieces. They're little tags covered with the beautiful pattern paper, and they're waterfall down the side. Okay, so we have another side to do the same, and Debbie has given me all those pieces, if I can find them. Here they are. Okay, so these are all of these pieces that are blank. Okay, and she's covered them all with paper. Well, first she inked them with orange, then she covered them all with paper. And then here she gave me a whole stack of them. And this is the one that goes on the top, so it goes like this. And she said to go ahead and add them to your book by doing the last page at the bottom. You do that first. So let's go ahead. She's added the 3/8 inch wide tape right here. And then just fold that over. You're going to place that right there. Okay, so that's nice. Now on the other sides of these, you could definitely cover them with paper, but Debbie and I were thinking it would be so cool to take them at this point, once you've all inked them, you've covered them with paper, to take photos and cover the whole thing with a photo, leaving this part free. And so that way when you flip them up, you have beautiful photos of a vacation, of your family. I love that idea. All right, so then you're just gonna keep moving your way up. So I'm just trying to find the next color one that she used here. I think it's this one. Here we go. She said to definitely use spacing between them, okay, because you're trying to space this one all the way up. She covered the little spaces with some yellow cardstock, but if you get up here, you'll see she didn't cover that, and that's what it's gonna look like, okay? Looks like this. And she's spacing these about 1/2 inch apart, okay? So we've done this first one. Taking off the tape. And then the next one, we're gonna put this down about 1/2 inch, like that. And then we're just gonna go all the way up. Now, one thing that might be helpful to you, I think, is if you go ahead and you take the tape off of the first one and put it down, and then the last one at the top, because I think it will help you make sure that you're spacing them correctly. So I would do it like this. Okay. And now, as you go up, you only have 2 more left, okay? And 3 more left, and you're going to be adding those in as well. So you would do the next one. These are matching colors that Debbie did, and then this one, and then this one, okay? But you now know you have that much space. So the worst part is when you're measuring them and you're doing them 1/2 inch apart, and then you get all the way to the top and you're like, oops, I don't quite have enough room. This way you're guaranteed if you have to squish the last one, it'll totally work. Then what she also did was just go ahead and take one of these yellow Dazzle stickers, and I'm using this one. And all these will be linked down below in the supplies used. And we generally add our Dazzle stickers kind of at the end. That across there. And then you just take a little tiny scissors, go just like that. And then you're all done, okay? And I'm gonna finish adding those on. All right, so now, once we have this all done, we have the inner piece done and the outer album done. And now Debbie's just taken this extra sticky tape and she's put it all around the edges on the inside and made a big X. We're going to take all this tape off, and then we're going to stick the inner gatefold to the outer gatefold. And then our project is done. Which I think she did such a brilliant job of getting this all set for me so I could show you how to do it. Oops. There we go. Okay, now we have our inner piece right here. Everything's attached, everything's ready. And then we're going to make sure I'm working along the bottom edge, and I'm making sure that I'm not interfering with this fold, scored fold right there, and this one. And I'm just gonna put that right there. And yeah, this is the trickiest part. I would probably do this with glue, but we wanted to make sure it was good and stuck while we were doing this, while we were filming. If you do it with glue, it's a little bit of some forgiveness there. You can move it around a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna shut that one, we're gonna shut that one. I'll finish attaching the rest of those. This gets put here, this gets put here, and it's all together. Didn't Debbie did a fantastic job? I thought it was great. All right, you guys, this is a fantastic money saver, such a fun album to do for the summer. What a great project. They did a fantastic job with this kit, and then of course using our watercolor wildflowers, all of that collection is just so beautiful. So definitely check out the Money Saver. It's right there on the right hand side. All of the items, including all the dazzles, the inks, the tools that we used, are listed down below the video. If you're watching us over on YouTube, hi, thanks so much for watching. It'd be great if you would subscribe. It really helps our small company. Look down below the video, and there is a link for our Paper Wishes webisode page in the description box. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.